Thanks, Scott. We'll start with questions again for Hannah and Sid. Chat.
Just for both of you, what stands out about this weekend, knowing it's Texas, and Coach was just talking about for some of the newcomers maybe not taking enough time to teach them the history of like Oklahoma and Alabama and some of the stuff. Is that something that you guys have put a little bit more emphasis on this week for some of the new faces who just, this is OU Texas, this is kind of what it is?
I would say right now we're thinking of it as just like another competitive game, like just really focusing on ourselves, not really worried about like who we're facing. I think practice is going to prepare us for whatever we have down the road. I'm really excited for it because it is my senior weekend, so it's like cool to like go out against another competitive team. Not saying that anybody else that we've played isn't competitive. I'm just saying, like, I don't know, it's like for Texas, like I think we see like Oklahoma and Texas going head-to-head a lot the past like 3 years. So it's pretty cool to like kind of end, I think it's my last home game, not like series-wise. It's pretty cool to like end it like that. Like it's just like another like really high competitive game, and I'm really excited for it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm super excited. OU Texas is always a big weekend, whatever sport it is. But I think it's a little extra special, just the history that we've had with their softball program in the last few years. So it's exciting to relive that and get all the newcomers like on board with knowing like what's going on, like just the way we've been about it. So I'm excited.
Jesse.
Sid, you just talked about this being, you know, your home series, senior year this weekend and everything. Just,
People are hot.
It's hot out there.
Yeah.
I know it's a big question, but
Yeah.
just in general, just your time at Oklahoma, how much has this time meant to you, and what's just stood out to you about the last couple
I
seasons?
think as a person, I've grown a lot. Like probably like over the past like few years, I've learned a lot about myself, and I also like came to Christ. So like I'm able to like really like persevere as a person this year. I think now that I'm not living for the world, I'm like really owning like my personality and like being able to like just talk to other people and not really not care about what they say, but like if I feel judged or whatever, like I don't take it to offense anymore. It's more so like everything's like a clean slate, and I'm really excited about this year because like I get to see like who I actually am now as like a softball player and like as someone coming into like the real world now. So it's like pretty cool. I'm really like excited about this season because I really didn't even think about like I'm a senior now. Like I thought I was gonna come back for another year next year for some odd reason, but it's pretty cool to like know that I'm going to become like at the end of my career as a Sooner. Like it's really surreal to me because long time ago I was at a camp here, like one of my first camps ever was at Oklahoma, and I don't think a lot of people know that, but like I found like a picture of it and I was like, wait, this is kind of cool because like process-wise, like now I'm like ending my career here and it's pretty surreal to me.
Kind of a full circle
Yeah,
kind of
really.
moment. As you mentioned, you know, the clean slate,
Yeah.
you know, learning who you are as a person. Has that just helped through the course of this season, just from a confidence standpoint or just from a playing carefree kind of standpoint?
Playing carefree and like really going off of last year too, like it's like building blocks each year. I think this year I've really persevered as like everything's like going cool, like I'm not really concerned about anything. It's like I feel like I'm at free will whenever I go up to the plate, whenever I'm stepping onto the field. It's pretty cool to see.
Question for each of you, I guess, start off with you, Hannah. What's your offensive progression been like? Obviously, we saw the 2 home runs in the Mississippi State series, but how far do you feel like you've come there, and what do you feel like's been behind that?
Very far. I feel like I've always understood hitting just from learning from JT and just being around some of the best offenses in softball history. But I've never been the greatest hitter, and I've never had a whole lot of power behind my swing. I'm pretty fast, and I like to use that as my advantage. But I think I just started playing in a whole different way this past series, just not playing to prove people wrong, but trying to just prove myself right, just with everything I've been through. Not holding that on as much as me as I used to, and just not caring, and I didn't think I was gonna hit those home runs, and I really wasn't trying because I don't really do that. So it just comes with having fun, and I was having a lot of fun out there this weekend.
Has it been hard for you to get to that point with everything that you've been through during your career?
Very. Softball for the longest time was just a chore for a very long time, and then it was something that I missed for so long when I wasn't able to play it. So I'm finding that balance between having it be a chore and missing it so bad, and I feel like I'm finally figuring out like a seesaw way of just balancing. It is hard, but like I wouldn't want it any other way.
Appreciate it. And for you, Cydney, and I guess Hannah, if you want to chime in on this, that'd be good too. What's it been like, the transition from with TRA, being a coach now, and the way that she's handled that?
I think it's pretty cool to see because coming in, like, my first year, she was kind of like my mentor of, like, the infield and, like, kind of how to hit. And, like, I still have that help now as a senior, even though she's, like, our coach. It's, like, I still, like, view her as, like, my teammate from last year, like, or the past 3 years now. It's pretty cool to, like, see her working professionally now as a coach and being able to teach all these youngsters. Well, I'm pretty young too, but like, yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Appreciate you.
I'll go with James and then Bob. James here.
What do you guys, Texas comes in with a pretty celebrated pitching staff. They have 4 pitchers, and I know that Haven is kind of, they have an ace, but what do you think of their pitching staff coming in?
I think they're pretty talented. It shows they've been winning a lot the past 3 years, and I think Kavan is a really awesome pitcher. She's doing her thing. I think it's going to be a pretty good matchup for us to see like where we are as a team with their good pitching and then like our hitting to see like where we're at. And it's going to be a test of what we learned from the previous games that we've had. So it's going to be a cool sight to see. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, they're tough. They're pretty good. So I'm excited, like Sid was saying, just to see where we measure up. It'll be a fight, and it'll be fun.
If I can ask one more. Hannah, it's great to see you playing with joy. If I didn't know better, I don't think you're in a lot of pain now, so because of the way you're running around. Now, your rituals that you have with Abbott, with Dayton, and what you did with Sam, it's pretty aggressive. So talk about some of the things that you guys do to enjoy the game and, and some of the things you got going out there, because it looks pretty fun.
It's like a game. Like, Coach described it perfectly. It looked like me and Abby were playing tag out there. Like, you guys should have seen us in travel ball. Like, we were having a ball. And just being able to bring that same energy from when we were 12 to now at 21, like on the biggest stage, it's pretty
Always
cool.
Kids at heart, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And I'm going to say that Sam hit her own face, that it was not my fault, that she hit her own face. I had just had the assist.
Okay.
Bob.
Sid, want to talk about the other Sid. What's it been like watching Sydney Barker from fall ball to where she is now?
It's really cool. I love talking to Sid. Like, it's like, we kind of call ourselves Sid Squared. I don't know, it's like weird, but I love talking to her. She's like a born natural leader. I think she's very intelligent and has a lot of wisdom. Like, if you get the chance to hear her just speak, she has a lot of good things to say. And I think she's grown a lot. Like, she was already mature coming in, but now she's like understanding like the hitting side of it, and like I'm also helping her with first and everything. And I think it's really cool to have a teammate like that, because like you can like balance each other out. Like, you can have a professional conversation with someone who just came into college, which is pretty cool to see.
Tarek.
Yeah, for both of you, just with how difficult the schedule's been this year, how much do you think that's helped some of the younger players get accustomed to playing in a game like what they're going to see this weekend?
This schedule's been tough. It's been a grind, but I think it's definitely going to help with a game like this, or even just after regular season, just getting us ready and just feeling that competition and that level of how good everyone can be under that certain kind of pressure, and then just trying to work with it, getting the hiccups out of the way, hopefully, and then just balling.
James, you good? Chat one more.
Cydney, you mentioned being comfortable in your own skin. Not a lot of softball stadiums you walk up and hear John Cena walk-up music. Where did that come from? A little bit behind that?
Well, I'm a really big wrestling fan. I'm a really big wrestling fan, but my dad actually was telling me to use that walk-up song for I don't know how long, like since my high school years. He's been telling me to use it, and I finally did it my senior year. And what was so cool was he was at the game when it first came on, and I actually hit a home run, so it was pretty cool to see him smiling too. So it was a good moment for me.
Big back and forth of how that song has changed over the last couple of months with
Well, honestly, I don't know. He just won his 17th one yesterday, I think, which is pretty cool. So no changing. I'm gonna keep it the same.
Sounds like you're a big fan.
Yeah.
Hey, Roland.
Just real quick, Hannah, which one of the catches the other day was your favorite, and do you have a favorite that you made just over your career?
Definitely the diving one yesterday, or whatever day it was. Sunday.
Tuesday.
That one was pretty cool. Just being able to run in. I love when I make a catch with 2 outs because, like, I just get to feel all the excitement all at once. But that was probably one of my favorite catches in college.
And you get to celebrate with your team versus just sort of...
Yeah, just on the field, like, pointing at each other, and I'm just like, yeah!
Have you been able to get over the wall yet or climb the wall yet? Have you worked on that?
Yeah, didn't practice. I'm really waiting for one to happen in a game, but we'll see. Fingers crossed.
All right. Thanks, guys.